Well, my name's Dominic and I'm a representative of the Polytechnic, which is an open source arts organisation in the northeast of England, UK. And we all wanted to come, but we couldn't get the money for one, and I was the unfortunate person who had to come down here. So this project is called the Information Exchange, and on its most basic level, it's kind of a metaphor for programming. So it's a way of organising people in the various states of being to behave like a computer program. So the most basic level, they're into objects, and those objects become classes, and those classes go towards a more organised state, which is the eventual program, which we haven't achieved yet. On a more fun level, the bare bones of it is you have to come and you have to submit some information on a text file to the database, and then when you've done that, and that can be anything, it can be a shopping list or instructions for how to have a light conversation as somebody's just done recently, and in return you get something random that somebody else has already inputted. So in its most extreme case, while I've been here, somebody input the information on how to run a car on tap order, and they got a crochet pattern in return, and they've gone away and done it. So it's kind of quite a liberating moment at which you realise your day is not going to be how you expected it to be, and you've suddenly got a range of problem-solving activities to participate in. But by doing that, I'm hoping that once people have done that, they re-upload the modifications they've made to that process that's been given, and it kind of keys them into the sort of whole idea of modifying code and becoming part of a community of developers. And then, later down the line, we introduce them to the idea that open source is their friend, and they can use it, and it's, they can benefit from it. Ultimately, I'm hoping that the random information exchange grows in complexity. I'm trying not to interfere with it as myself. I'm trying to keep it as open as I can, because I would like to see the moment that other people decide what it's going to be, and then that's the point when it will become interesting for me. It's like sort of winding it up and letting it go. I'm just hoping that one day, they might be responsible for something quite interesting. It kind of is, in this exhibition here is kind of like beta 0.1 model, but I think it's going to take about sort of 3 or 4 years before it actually generates any sort of really useful complexity. So we'll just see where it goes.
I must say, beta 0.1 has actually produced a really kind of interesting collection of objects and exhibition. And I wonder if you could speak a little bit to the process of enacting some of the instructions and how those things that you enacted with students here, part of the 60 Springs project, end up being manifest in this exhibition.
Well, what's interesting about it is that up until this point, it's always we've only owned the database, while it's been managed locally in a specific area. So say the alpha point 0.1 was in our local town in a shop front. 0.2 was in Liverpool for an event called Open Source City, and after that was kind of like the launch pad to go and develop the website further and make it behave better, and have a way of tracking projects. So if you input some data, it's more rewarding now because you get to see what other people are doing with it. And doing it at the other side of the world, literally I am compared to how would they, I'm upside down. It's like my family and all my friends are actually like standing the other way up at the moment, or it could be horizontal because it's like I was head here, so they'll be in bed actually. But so the people of New Plymouth, I haven't had a single person not do what they've been told to do, and they've been told to do the most ridiculous things as well. Tammy, who's been like one of #1 volunteer, she got given this massive set of instructions to learn how to breakdance, and in a lot of places you can give people it's like, I don't know, 1,000 words on how to breakdance. And she kind of went, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And she went away and she made a film of herself learning to breakdance. So Bryony got how to get a drink in a bar for free. since you went and did it, and I've never seen anybody get a free drink as fast as that in my life.
So she's the one looking for the free drink.
Yeah, she got it in a second. Honestly, I've never seen anything.
In 1 second.
Got a drink. Wow. Yeah.
Did she have to say anything special, or?
She just said, I'm doing this art thing and I need a free drink. And you went, okay, here you go.
It's just so fantastic that there exists a country on the earth in which that's a possibility.
Yeah, I know, because it wouldn't, you wouldn't do that around if it was lucky you could get out, really. You know, the car running on tap water, as I said, there's been how to grow carrots, there's been really basic crochet patterns, there's been poached pears and hibiscus sauce, and there's been how to play the piano, which is kind of meant that I had to source a piano. So it's a 3-line instruction which basically says find a piano and familiarise yourself with the keys and practice. So, you know, I've kind of, in a lot of ways, I've kind of found some of the resources people need to continue this project when I go home, because it's running for another month while I'm away, so I'm kind of going to be remotely sort of emailing the volunteers and stuff, but kind of after I go, that's when it's going to be the sort of the acid test really as to whether it's going to work without me sort of prodding people, and kind of I want to kind of take sort of the element of sort of charisma out of it. I mean, I'm not necessarily a charismatic person, but often in open source projects there's one sort of big sort of ego, or to be more so polite about it, to say like a charismatic body that kind of drives the project and that attracts people to the project. And I would rather in this project that wasn't me, and I wanted to see somebody find the project and become that leader really, and I want to document the point at which that happens.
Start from the very beginning and tell me what happened with this.
Well, I put in a recipe in the random information exchange and I got back some art, like pixel art, and so I decided to make a stencil out of it, and this is what I created. And what I did is I got the image and I put it next to the cardboard, well I drew it on the cardboard and I cut it out, and then next morning I spray painted it on some paper.
So how did it feel like being subjected to somebody else's will in exchange for being able to upload your set of instructions?
Quite interesting. I kind of like graffiti, so I didn't really mind, but...
And you learned something new and
yeah.
produced a lovely piece in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that.